Hello, YouTube, Whovians and fellow Time Lords. I've got a video to show you. So one of my first videos, what was it, over 10 years ago now, was the Titan blind box Doctor Who minifigs that you could get. They don't produce them anymore, but when a new Doctor comes out, they seem to release a limited edition current Doctor, the new Doctor minifig. So I will show you my Titan Doctor Who, the Doctor's edition collection that I have, that I've collected. I have all the Doctors, apart from the Fugitive Doctor. They do not have a minifig of her. But yeah, and then I'll show you a few variants that I have got of the Doctors in this video too. So before we start this video and roll the intro, give me a big thumbs up, comments, and subscribe to my channel and share it if you like. Let's go. Let's do this. So let's get started. To start off with, we've got the black and white version of the first Doctor. These are the Titan blind boxes that you got a few years back, and they were the Doctor Who ones from Titans, and I bought quite a few of them, good 10 years ago, I think. So there's the one with him with his hat on and a scarf and all that, and there's the black and white variant, which was a exclusive, I think, a Comic-Con exclusive, maybe, can't remember. But yeah, I have well, you'll see at the end of the video when I show you a quick video of them all in the display cabinet, but I've opted from the black and white version of the first Doctor, William Hartnell, in my display cabinet. So yeah, that's the first Doctor. We'll go with the next Doctor. So here's the second Doctor, Patrick Troughton, and we've got two different versions of him. He's got his big hat on, which did he only wear it in the first episode? That doesn't exist anymore. And his recorder in his hand. And then we've got the standard second Doctor that we saw for most of his run and into the specials that he appeared in. So yeah, I've always been a big fan of Patrick Troughton's Doctor. So yeah, these are cool figures, and yeah, this is the second Doctor. So the next one we have is Jon Pertwee, the third Doctor, and I've got two different versions of him. We've got him in his first couple of seasons costume that he wore, and then we have got a regeneration version of him in Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor's costume, which he never had a regeneration, the second to the third, but they released War Games and colorized the War Games, the last second Doctor story, and they gave us a regeneration from former footage of Jon Pertwee from Inferno, and a bit of AI and and we got a regeneration, and it links into Jon Pertwee's first story, which I thought worked quite well. It's not disrespecting it, so yeah. So he's one of my favourite Doctors, the third Doctor. So yeah, pretty cool to have these two figures. I've opted for the one with the sonic screwdriver in his hand in my display cabinet, but yeah, still pretty cool, both of them. Here we go. Here's one of the favourite, well, he could potentially be the favourite Doctor of all time, Tom Baker, who played the fourth Doctor for 7 years. He's one of my favourites. He could be my favourite. I've always liked him. But yeah, so the grey jacket one was, because these are a blind box that you got. You didn't know what figure. It could have been a villain or an alien or one of the Doctor's companions or a Doctor from that era. And I can't remember the ratio of the grey jacket Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor one, but I pulled him in one of my blind boxes, so I was pretty happy about that. And then that's the regular of him. So yeah, pretty cool. Cool likeness. I like the sculpts on these figures, so yeah. Very, very cool, the Fourth Doctor. And he also celebrated 50 years last year since he became the Fourth Doctor. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. Here we go. We have got Peter Davison, the Fifth Doctor. We've got him in his regeneration. Well, he's in the Fourth Doctor's burgundy outfit from the last season of the Fourth Doctor, the regeneration. And then we've got him in his regular cricket suit with the celery. So growing up, Peter Davison was my doctor. He was the current doctor when I got into Doctor Who in the 80s. And yeah, he had his companions Tegan, Nyssa, and Edric, and then Turlough and Perry and Chameleon came along. So I've got fond memories of Peter Davison as the Fifth Doctor, and a few years back I got to meet him in Christchurch at Armageddon a few years back, and then again up in Auckland. So yeah, it was pretty cool to meet him. So yeah, really cool. And then he came back, 2 years ago now? 3 years ago for Power of the Doctor. He made an appearance in that as the Fifth Doctor, so that was pretty cool as well. So yeah, very cool, the Fifth Doctor. Here we go, we've got Colin Baker, the Sixth Doctor. Probably got the worst costume in the history of the show. The multicolored top jacket, I mean, in areas within the regeneration from the 5th to the 6th Doctor. I love actually Colin Baker as the Doctor. Had a very, very loud personality, and wasn't kind like the previous Doctor. He could be a bit mean-spirited sometimes, but deep down he was the Doctor and he still did kind things. But yeah, I did like this version of the Doctor, and I wish he had stayed longer. He never got a regeneration. He got sacked, or he quit the show and refused to do a regeneration, so they put a wig on Sylvester McCoy instead of him. So hopefully they redo that and one day. So yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, the Sixth Doctor, Colin Baker. Here we go, and here is the Seventh Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, and his jacket and hat and his umbrella, and then we've got him in his regeneration costume. So I really like the Seventh Doctor. This is when the show got cancelled, but the show became very darker writing. The Doctor became more mysterious again. I really enjoyed this era of the Doctor, and I was glad to see the Seventh Doctor got a regeneration in the movie that they tried to revive the show, and also he returned for Power of the Doctor. So they had a good wee scene with him and Ace together, which was really cool. So yeah, Sylvester McCoy, lucky enough to have met him a couple of times, and he's been great to meet. So yeah, pretty cool. Here we have the Eighth Doctor, played by Paul McGann. I've got two versions of him. I've got the Night of the Doctor version of him and the TV movie version of Paul McGann. Would have been a great Doctor. The TV movie wasn't a great episode, but him as the Doctor was amazing, and he only did the one story, the movie. But Stephen Moffat brought him back for the 50th anniversary for a wee mini episode called Night of the Doctor. And he got to regenerate. So that was pretty cool. And then he came back a couple of years ago for Power of the Doctor as well. Made a wee cameo in that as well, which was cool. So he's been the 8th Doctor 3 times now. He's also featured a lot in audio. The 8th Doctor's adventures and the Big Finish things have been quite good. I've listened to a couple of them. And the BBC book versions of the 8th Doctor were pretty good as well. I've read a couple of those. So yeah, I really like the 8th Doctor, and I hope they bring him back. I'd like to see him get his own show as the Eighth Doctor. That would be cool. So yeah, pretty cool. So here we go. We have got John Hurt as the War Doctor. He does not have a number. He classed himself as not the Doctor, and he was in Name of the Doctor and Day of the Doctor for the 50th anniversary. So during the Time War, I really liked this version of the Doctor, and it worked really well. Stephen Moffat wrote a really good story, and he is the unnumbered mystery doctor that fought in the Time War, and so yeah, it was quite cool. And he acted very well in it too, John Hurt. I've always liked John Hurt. So yeah, very cool figure. The likeness is there. So yeah, the War Doctor. So here we go. We've got the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. I really like him. He only did one season as the Doctor with the reboot of New Who, but it was a great start to relaunch this whole franchise. Well-written stories. He was great as the Doctor. And yeah, it was cool. Very, very cool rebooting of the show, to be honest. Yeah. So Christopher Eccleston is the Doctor. I'd like to see him come back as the Ninth Doctor, but I don't think that'll ever happen. So yeah, cool. They're cool figures, great likeness. But yeah, that's all I've got to say. Here we go. We have got David Tennant as the 10th Doctor. Probably the most popular Doctor of all time. He's right up there with Tom Baker. And I've got multiple different versions of him. So we've got all sorts of different versions of the 10th Doctor here. I won't go through them. Some of them were, one of them's a Comic-Con exclusive, and the others were all blind box variants that were like 1 in every 20 boxes or 1 in 30. I think some of them are. I can't remember the ratios of them, but yeah, these are the two favorite ones, the 3D glasses one and then the regular one. I do not own one with his coat, but yeah, David Tennant as the 10th Doctor. His era was amazing as the Doctor, some of the best stories written. So yeah, it's David Tennant, of course. Here we have Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, another popular actor to play the Doctor. He was right up there at the height of Doctor Who's popularity in the 2000s. Matt Smith was trying not to be the 10th Doctor. He was his complete own version of the Doctor. And yeah, he was pretty damn good. So we've got his regular costume with the tweed jacket and the bow tie and the pink shirt, and then his last season he wore a waistcoat with a longer jacket, purple jacket, and then we've got him from what was it called? And I've gone blank. His last story, anyhow. So yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, that's Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor. One of the favourites. He would probably rank 3rd amongst the Doctors, maybe, as the 3rd favourite Doctor. But you might have different thoughts on that. Thank you. Right, we've got the 12th Doctor. My favourite, one of my favourite Doctors. Lucky enough to meet him up in Auckland once, and he was real cool. So we've got Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor. He was a wee bit grumpier, but kind and intelligent and very alien-like, his version of the Doctor. So we've got, he had several costumes, but he kept the same jacket through his run. So his main costume was the shirt with the jacket, the one with the red trim on it. That was his main costume through his time as the Doctor. He wore a different variant of that jacket with it being red, which was cool. And then his sweatshirt with his jacket was another one that he wore a lot. And then we've got his costume that he wore in his first ever episode, where he found some rags and wore those. So yeah, so I think that's a Comic-Con exclusive, that one. So yeah, Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor, I rate him highly. We have Jodie Whittaker, the 13th Doctor. Wasn't a big fan of her era under Chris Chibnall. I just thought the stories were wee bit poorly written. There was some good highlights though. Graham was a great character. Power of the Doctor was quite good. Fugitive of the Jejune was a real good story. Yeah, I mean, she was great as the Doctor. I had no problems with Jodie as the Doctor. I thought she was great, actually. And I hope she does come back to the role at some stage. I'm sure she will. Yeah, I just thought some of her stories just weren't as good as they should have been, though, you know. So, yeah, Jodie Whittaker, the 13th Doctor. Oops, not the 12th, 13th Doctor. So that's cool. Here we go. David Tennant returned for the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who as the Doctor. Jodie Whittaker's Doctor regenerated into the 14th Doctor, but he had an old face and a slightly different version of the 10th Doctor's costume. He basically was the 10th Doctor, but just slightly older and wiser, I felt. But I really loved the 3 specials that David Tennant came back with. Catherine Tate as Donna Noble. She also returned, and it was cool. I enjoyed those 3 specials, especially the middle one, Wild Blue Beyonder, was it? That was real cool, and the giggle was really good. So it was real cool to have him back. I don't think we'll see David Tennant back as the Doctor, but it was good to have him back one more time, playing the role of the new 14th Doctor. So yeah, it was cool. Very, very cool. Rightio, now we've got here the 15th Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa. I kind of like him. He's got a bit of a charm and about him, and arrogance, but some of the writing for his stories hasn't been the best, I don't think. There was a few highlights in his series 1 of his run, but I think it's been a bit hit and miss. He also changes his costume every episode, which I'm not a fan of. He's worn that costume in 3 episodes with the long brown jacket. I would like them to stick to that look. I quite like that look. I don't understand why you would change his costume every 5 minutes. Yeah, so I'm interested to see what Series 2 is like. So that should be starting, I don't know, probably around Easter time, maybe. So yeah, we'll see. I'm still hopeful for the next series. So Ncuti Gatwa is the 15th Doctor. He's been pretty good. So if you've liked this video, these Titan minifigs, I got this one actually from the Who Shop on their website. So thank you shout out to the Who Shop for sending this to New Zealand, this figure. Yes, but if you like this video, like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. More Doctor Who content and comic book content coming soon to a galaxy near you. Ka kite anō and goodbye. I will just show you what they look like in my display cabinet next to the character option Doctors, 5-inch range of the Doctors. So there you go. There's the wee Titan minifigs, as you can see, next to their character options version. So yeah, then we've got the latest one. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and give me a big thumbs up, and share it. Ka kite anō. See you later. Bye.